so glad you're watching the podcast this week. You know, we are declaring and believing with all of our hearts that 2013 is going to be a year of unprecedented favor. Unprecedented, that's a big word. So I looked it up, and it actually means unparalleled, never before experienced. It even means record-breaking. I like that. I can grab hold of that word, record-breaking favor. So I want you to grab hold of that word and believe God for favor all year long. Confess it out of your mouth. And you know, I'm all about writing dreams and goals and keeping them before my eyes, but I want you to get that way too. I want you to get serious about the dreams and the goals that God's put in your heart. You know, this is the time of year when most people tend to set goals. I think you should set goals all year long. It doesn't have to just be in the month of January. But listen to this. I went online to look at the New Year's resolutions and statistics for them. But I was just curious, what are the top 10 New Year's resolutions? You want to know? Okay, number 1, you probably can guess it, lose weight. Number 2, get organized. Number 3, get out of debt. Number 4, enjoy life to the fullest. And it said things like enjoy hobbies and things like that. Number 5, stay fit and healthy. Number 6, learn something exciting. Number 7, quit smoking. Number 8, help others. And one of them says help others in their dreams. Number 9, fall in love. And number 10, spend more time with family. So those are the top 10 New Year's resolutions and goals. And if you know anything about setting goals, you know that some of these are really vague. They're very broad, they're not specific, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But listen to some of the statistics. This is the percent of Americans who usually make New Year's resolutions, 45%. The percent of Americans who infrequently make New Year's resolutions is about 17%. But the percent of Americans who absolutely will not, never set New Year's resolutions is 38%. Now this is the one I talked about last week, but percent of people who are successful in achieving their resolution, 7 to 8%. That's the category we're going to be in, the 7 to 8% category. People who have infrequent success is about 49%. People who never succeed and fail on their resolution year after year says 24%. My last comment from this little research from Statistic Brain, it says people who explicitly make resolutions are 10 times more likely to attain their goals than people who don't explicitly make resolutions. 10 times more likely. Isn't that interesting? And you know, you've probably heard it said that your chance of success increases by 98% just because you take the time to write your goals. Well, I was looking at the length of resolutions. They say resolutions and goals that are maintained through the first week, just the first 7 days of January, 75%. Past 2 weeks, 71%. Past 1 month, 64%. And then past 6 months, 46%. So that means more than half have given up halfway through the year. But I want you to think in terms of your life goals. It's not just for this year, but it's life goals. What do you feel like God's telling you to get serious about? You know, I love on January 1st, I get my family together and we go over our goals. And so, you know, just on January 1st, just a few days ago, I told the family, I said, we're going to meet at 6 o'clock. Everybody write your dreams and goals. 6 o'clock, we're going to meet in the kitchen and talk about it. So, of course, they had a deadline. And, you know, I'm a little more passionate about this than they are. So, of course, I've got my giant books of goals, my iPad, my phone, my vision board. I'm just full of goals, right? Well, we all met at 6 o'clock. My husband, my daughter, and my goddaughter was with us. We sat at the table, and we all just expressed, you know, the goals that we want to reach this year. Some of them are financial goals. Some of them are, you know, the girls want to go on a cruise for the family vacation. Or Cassidy wants to learn French this year. She wants to get her room updated and renovated. And so we just talked about some of the goals, and then we always pray over them, and we like to take communion. But we pray over our goals. But honestly, I told the girls, I said, we have to keep these before our eyes. Because earlier that day, I got out my book of dreams, and I said, I just want y'all to see what God has done this year. And I showed them pictures of the different things that took place in 2012. And my little goddaughter, Savannah, she's like, that is amazing. Like, how does all that happen for you? Well, it's not just writing the dreams and goals. It's keeping them before your eyes. It's speaking them out of your mouth. Achieving your goals is more about changing your habits than anything. It's, the fact that every single day I'm looking at these goals. So they're right here. They're at the forefront of my mind, but being specific about them. I just met with someone this morning and we were talking about goals, and I said, did you write your goals for this year? And he said, no, I haven't written them down. He goes, I've got them right here. I said, well, they need to be right here. I said, you need to take the time to write them down. He said, I know, I need to. He said, but I'm not real sure where to start. I'm not real sure what to do. I said, well, do you have financial goals? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, just tell me one of them. How much money do you want to have saved? He said, well, I want to have $10,000 in my savings account by the end of the year. I said, well, how much do you have right now? And he said, about $5,000. I said, okay, then you need to save $5,000 this year. So let's do the math. So we got the calculator out. I said, that comes to about $417 a month that you need to save. Can you do that? And he said, well, I'm not paying rent right now, so I can do that. I said, well, then go online and print a picture of money and put $10,000 by December 31st, 2013. And you just start marking out that money every time you put $417 in your savings account. I said, it's not hard. You just have to do it. So I want to encourage you, don't get overwhelmed with, I know I need to do this, and one day I'll get serious about it. Don't make it difficult, because I really believe you have an enemy named Satan who wants you to stay where you're at for the rest of your life. And it could be as simple as you doing a little bit of homework, go online, print a picture of what you're believing for, and start taking steps towards it. Be very specific. Don't be vague about it. I want you to be specific about what you're believing for, and be realistic. Stretch yourself, but be realistic. I think I shared one time how a friend of mine set a goal to save $500,000 over 5 years. They said 5 years from now, I'm going to have $500,000 in my savings. I said, I met with them 6 months later and said, okay, so you've been saving around $8,333.33 a month? And they were like, I don't even make that much money in a month. So it's, set a big goal, but also be realistic. So I want to challenge you to do that. And I also want to challenge you to do something different to invest in yourself. Just the fact that I'm reading books about goals and success, it keeps it fresh in my mind. But also attending seminars and going to workshops and conferences that stretch your thinking. So I want to invite you to the next conference. It's this month. So it's coming up. You need to hurry and go online and get your spot reserved. But this is a success conference, and it's all about going to the next level. Whatever level you're at right now, there's always a next level. So I want you to think about this, pray about it, and join me and my guest, Ron Kardashian. He's a celebrity life coach, and I'm telling you, he will teach invaluable things to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. So go online, terri.com/next, sign up today, and I look so forward to meeting you. So set your goals. You got to go now, so go set your goals. I'll see you next time.